Lesson 11, Processes. Autodesk Fabrication CAMduct, Fabrication CAD-MEP, and Fabrication STMEP can create, save, and run batch operations called processes. Processes are especially useful in Fabrication CAMduct as they can automate highly repetitive tasks involving nesting, writing in C, exporting data, and printing reports. Processes can act upon one or more jobs. For this lesson, you'll do the following. Create and run a simple process. Create and run a more complex process. Batch process multiple jobs together. In this exercise, you create a simple process that calls the automatic nesting feature and applies some unique settings before nesting the job. Start Fabrication CAMduct. Select the Imperial Content configuration and open process1.maj from the exercise folder. Select the Setup Process button on the utility bar. The Processes window appears. No process is shown in the Process field, so the options and settings are inactive. To the right of the Processes drop-down menu is the New Process button. Click this button and a new process named Untitled is created. The options below are now active. Type Edge, Nest, Metal in the Process field. Select the Automatic Nest Items option. The Specific Settings sub-option activates. Click the Nesting Options button. The Process Nesting Options window appears. Although this window looks exactly like the Automatic Nesting Options window, the settings selected and saved here do not change or affect the settings saved in the other window. Process nesting options are saved separately from the automatic nesting options. Each process can save its own unique automatic nesting options. Select the Method tab. Select the Edge Nesting method. Deselect the Nest Insulation Developments option. Click OK to save these changes. You receive a warning dialog. Edge nesting is not a typical nesting method. The software warns that some features may not be supported. For this exercise, click Yes. The nesting options have been saved and the process can be run. Click the Process button at the lower left of the window. The process runs. Upon completion, a confirmation dialog appears. Click OK to close this dialog. Select the Nests tab in the Job Contents window. You see the nested sheets for this job. These were created using the Edge Nest method and all sheets are metal. No insulation was nested. Select the Setup Nesting button on the utility bar. The Processes window appears. The Edge Nest Metal process is shown in the Process field. Note that you can delete a saved process by selecting the Delete Process button. Click Process to run this batch operation a second time. The process runs and you receive a completion confirmation dialog. This dialog is different in that it reports there is nothing to nest. Nested parts cannot be nested a second time. Click OK to close this dialog. Select and hold the button when selecting the Setup Processes button again. Drag down and any saved processes are listed. Release the mouse button while highlighting the saved process. The process runs without opening the process window. If you decide to not run a process, move the cursor away from the listed processes before releasing the button. You now have a process to nest only metal parts. You can create another process that nests the insulation as a second step. You would enable the Nest Insulation Developments option on the Method tab and save the process with a different name. In this exercise, you create a more complex process that nests, writes in C, and prints various labels and reports. Delete the nested sheets by selecting them and pressing Delete. Select the Setup Processes button on the utility bar. The Processes window appears. Replace the text in the Process field with Nest plus NC plus Print. This is the name of a new process. The Automatically Nest Items option is selected. Click the Nesting Options button. The Process Nesting Options window appears. Any changes made to nesting options in this window only affect this process. Changes will not affect the other saved processes. Click the Methods tab. Select the TrueShape Nesting method. Enable the Nest Installation Developments option. Click OK to save these changes. Enable the Write NC option. Click the Select Machine button. The Process NC for Machines window appears. Here you can select a specific machine for this process or a group of machines. You can also write decoiler output. Enable the Write Decoiler Output File option. Click OK to save these settings. Enable the Export Data Fields option. Click the Select Exports button. The Data Exports window appears. Select Nest Information and click OK to save and exit the window. Enable the Print Reports option. Click the Select Reports button. The Process Print Tasks window appears. Click the None button to clear all selections. Expand the Labels group and select Item Labels, Nest Labels, Part Labels, and Straight Labels. Expand the Item Reports group and select Straights, Decoiled, and Straights Non-Standard, and Weight Summary. Expand the Nest Reports group and select Material Usage. Expand the Ancillary Reports group and select Ancillary List. Click OK to save these selections. Click the Process button to run this process. If you have configured label, report, and nest printers which save print files rather than produce paper copies, you're prompted for file names. Place these reports in the exercise folder and accept the default file names. You're prompted for each report. The printing process produces 9 different print runs or files. You receive a completion confirmation dialog. The exported data was saved to the default folder location. Click OK to close the dialog. The nested sheets appear. The sheets are numbers indicating that they have been written to NC. You may examine each of the 9 different reports. To prepare this job for the next exercise, delete the nested sheets in this job. Close and save the job. Exercise 3. Batch processing jobs together. Processes can be run with more than one job. In the Fabrication CAMduct Start screen, select the Show New Job wizard. The Choose New Mode window appears. Select the Existing Job tab. Highlight the Batch Process Jobs Together button and click Next. The Select Jobs to Process window appears. Browse to the Exercise folder. Highlight the Process1.maj and Process2.maj files and click the Add Job button. Both jobs are now listed in the right pane. Select the Options button. The Batch Process Options window appears. Reassign conflicting object handles prevents duplicate object handles when combining multiple jobs. The other options are inactive as this option is mutually exclusive. Click Cancel to close this window. The Process drop-down menu accessed your saved processes. The Nest plus NC plus Print process is selected. Click the Setup Processes button. The Processes window appears. You can make changes to the saved process before running it. Click Cancel to exit this window. Click Next. The Enter Job Information window appears. Some of the reports included in this process use the information in these fields. For this exercise, make no changes. Click Finish to run the process. The process combines multiple jobs and initiates a job save. The Save Job As window appears. Browse to the exercise folder and save the file as combined_job.maj. Upon completion, you receive a confirmation dialog. Click OK to close the dialog. The job contents list now includes the items from both jobs. The reports and labels are printed with both job contents. Close the job without saving.